I'm a fat pig.
What did you just call me?
I'm starving.
I am so full.
I'm gonna vomit.
I can't fit.
I'm nauseous.
What are you going to order?
Can I get a side of mayo?
I'm sweating.
Do you hear my breathing?
I cannot stop eating chips.
This is not an extra large.
Do I look fat?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jessica Kirsten and Frank Liotti.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to... I just started laughing because I first of all, this is a podcast and a live show, so it's a little weird. But I'm not sitting yet because I have to adjust myself.
I sat down already, and we just got on the stage.
No, but I have to fix my shirt, and I feel very fat because I haven't pooped. But anyway, so hi.
Hi.
So, but I looked over, and I looked to the left, and there's a guy shoving.
That's Coleman.
French fries. Coleman? Oh, you know him?
Yeah.
Hi, Coleman. Hi, you're adorable. What are you eating? French fries. For just French fries? Yeah, because the second I looked over, he was literally eating them, like, intensely. Are you high, or are you just...
No.
You're not high? Yeah, I get it. I really get it.
I hiked up my jeans
God, I hate
before
this
we
chair.
walked to the stage.
What?
You have to let me talk because it's two of us now on stage.
No, I know. Are you kidding me?
I literally tucked
Who
rolls
are you
of...
talking to?
Rolls, you're still not letting me finish.
Take a deep breath.
I tucked rolls of fat into my pants before we walked on stage. I hiked my jeans up to my mid-ribs.
Okay.
Is that the same as, like, the adjusting you were talking about?
Adjusting what? No, I just don't like this chair. It's a stool, and I feel very uncomfortable. And you guys know, if you listen to the podcast, I'm very honest. I feel very uncomfortable. I don't like being in a stool.
Why do they call it stool?
I don't know. There are different meanings for
But
stool.
like stool sample, why is it the same as this?
I don't know. That's an interesting question, because
Stool.
I've never made a sample this big.
A stool sample.
I think after this couple of days that I haven't gone, it might look like this stool that's coming out because I was around my family last night. So I'm holding it in.
I could paint a mural on this wall like Jackson Pollock.
With what?
We have like opposite stool problems.
Yeah.
Like your
Frank
stool
goes a lot.
If our stool was in like a museum, your stool like an art piece, your stool would be like a sculpture and mine would be like a Pollock painting.
Mine would not be a sculpture. It would be just a mound of angry processed
Mine would be
chips.
like there was like the Manson house where they found Sharon Tate, like a splatter.
Right.
Like an angry murder.
No, yours is anxious.
Anxious.
Yeah, mine is angry.
Ugh.
I'm so sorry to everyone that this is what we're talking
what it's about.
This is the opening. You guys you just came in and sat right up front.
How
Two
cute.
beautiful women.
So shiny and young.
Two adorable guys.
So sweet. How the world has changed. Woman, woman, man, man.
But they're not gay. You guys might be, but they're not. They look too happy, the women. Yeah, you guys look hopeful and that you are okay.
You don't
so you're
play
not gay,
sports
right?
at all, right? You don't look like a sportswoman. A sports person.
Can you fix a car?
She
Do you
does
cry
yoga.
a lot? Do you eat hummus?
She loves hummus, but you can tell like everything is so soft and polished, and you can tell that she's not into wrestling, and she's not like tough.
No, I'm not tough.
Yes,
Whatever.
you are.
No, I'm not.
You're
I'm
very
so weak. It's bad. I'm very sensitive. My mother's a therapist. I'm a mess.
How are you two doing over there?
I'm sorry to wake you. How are you? You literally just were napping.
That was incredible.
No. First of all, you're Jewish. I know. I love you. I know you're Jewish. Because I just looked at you and you were thinking about the errands you have to do tomorrow and if you deposited the check. I hope they can hear the sound of the laughter from the 11 people on the podcast. Does it pick up the sound, Alex? Okay, great. Thank you. Our producers... I love this so much.
He's there. He's
Alex
away
is in the corner. How cute is he? He's single. You're taken. All right.
Can you step out so that they can see what you look like? Can you step into the light?
Step out is amazing.
You can't. He can't step away right now.
He's adorable.
He's mixing.
Unfortunately, he's Jewish, but he's really cute.
He's so cute.
He's a Jew.
Got a nice apartment,
So,
studio in it,
Yeah, he does.
right?
Yeah. And what's your name? Lisa. Okay, thank you. Were you napping when I talked to you before? Oh,
You look so familiar.
you
she
have
has
that?
thing.
Yeah.
Like everyone says, you look familiar.
Does everyone say you look like you own something, or? I'm joking. I knew half the crowd would get that because you're Jewish.
What do you do?
You work at a law firm. Shocking. And what do you do there? Like, you don't clean. Are you a lawyer? Business development for a law firm. Good.
Ugh.
Did well.
Boring. Oh my God, I'd kill myself. Boring. Like, I'm complaining and grumbling about that job, but in the meantime, I have a Toyota Camry that you can hear from 7 blocks away. Like, if I had been good at math, if I could... We turned around Mr. Bernstein's desk in Algebra 2. We turned it around backwards. And then when he went to pull a drawer out and the desk was backwards, he went, and then I got sent down to the principal's office.
I'm so confused what that has to do with your car.
Because if I had been good at math, instead of turning the teacher's desk around, I probably wouldn't have studied the arts. And
I was very good at math, and I have no life. I'm a whiz at math. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah. Like, first of all, a lot of people don't know this. You know this, but I'm obsessed with the number 3 to the point where it's a problem. Like, it's becoming worse. Like, I count, and then if I put if I put my window down once, I have to click it up twice. Mm-hmm. And if I don't, I have to click it down once again. And
what's that called? That's a thing.
Mentally ill. I'm literally mentally ill. Since 9/11, I do that, and I check the burners.
Do you count steps when you go up the steps?
Sometimes. It depends how anxious I am. It's worse when I'm very anxious.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you count how many French fries you have left, Coleman? How do you shove them in like that and you still have half an order? There's a lot of French fries.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Look, you have a little napkin draped over your leg.
I know, it's
dainty.
so gay. That's the gayest thing.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Aww. Oh, they drink.
Oh, they drink. The girls got a drink. The girls up front.
Two? Look, she's wearing a halter top in February. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
It was
warmish.
I should have fucking worn that. If I wore a little floral halter top, I don't know if it would look good, but it would certainly be striking.
I couldn't even fit that on my ankle.
Can you imagine?
That halter top she's wearing right now. So, he's laughing because we're looking at it, and it really is like a little napkin. It's
like a headband.
It's tiny.
It's a headband.
It's very skinny. It's a scarf. And you wrapped it around your breast.
Well, how breezy.
I have never done anything like that because I don't have enough self-care to find a scarf and go, oh, this would look great as a... I just want to kill myself.
The assless chaps? Can
assless?
You imagine you and me were wearing something assless?
I would do it if it meant that I had a TV show.
If you could wear something assless?
Put my vagina. I would do anything to
be on a television show.
I would show my vagina. Who cares at this point?
Yeah, because you show more when you're vulnerable on stage. It's even more
right.
Like when you show yourself like that on stage, is as vulnerable, maybe.
As showing your vagina in
public? I don't
public?
know because I don't have a vagina, but if I said something like where you have to spread it to show it, that's a lot.
I wouldn't spread my vagina.
But
that's
if you show
a very
the
big difference.
outside of it, that's one thing. That's
especially because I have a huge polyp and tumor. I have all kinds of things. I'm joking. I'm hoping at
God
this point.
Forbid. I blew a polyp out of my nose once. It looked like a grape with veins.
Oh my God! Now I can't eat my third dinner.
Yes, you can. I know you can.
That is so horrible, the visual of what you just said.
It felt so good I could breathe.
Out of your nose?
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah. I would never spread I just want to say this, and I hope my whole family's listening, just so they're assured. I would never spread my vagina in public, unless I was in Kentucky. And there were a lot of... I'm not kidding when I'm saying this. Conservative, hey, you Jew, you lesbian Jew. I'm I would fist myself and then smear it on their faces. I'm not kidding. I would do anything to upset them.
What would you smear on their faces?
Anything that came out of me. And I would horrify them so that they would be mentally damaged the rest of their lives.
The toast that I didn't eat in Delaware. Can you imagine what would come out of it?
We have subjects.
We do. We have
Yeah,
subjects
we
today.
thought of subjects to talk about, and then we're going to take questions from the audience. But please, we can't get everyone in. There's too many people here to get all the... There is a nice little crowd.
There is a
it's
cute
Sunday.
crowd.
And there's comedians here. This is really cool.
An attractive crowd, too.
I know.
It's an
I'm very
attractive crowd.
horny. I masturbated yesterday, but just to nap.
Did you finish?
I don't masturbate for the pleasure of it. I was in Del Rey. It sounds like I'm joking, but I'm being totally serious. I was in the hotel, and I'm like, I have to sleep, because I was up at 4 a.m. to fly to this Jewish gig, and now I'm converting as of tomorrow. I performed for 400 Jews in Del Rey, so I had to fall asleep. So I said, I have to masturbate. I can't fall asleep, so I watched porn on my phone, which is so horrible.
Desperate.
It's horrible.
When you watch it on the phone, it's desperate.
It's bad. It makes me feel bad about myself, but I don't care. And what I put in the search is even worse. If anyone ever, really, retarded midget. It's so much going on. But then I did it, and it takes 10 seconds because I know exactly what I need to see to just get off. And then I fell right to sleep for 3 hours.
That's great.
Okay. When was the last time you masturbated?
I can't remember.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it's medication. It's Lexapro and Wellbutrin. I can't remember.
We're on the same medication,
Yes.
the two of us. Isn't that funny?
Like, it works for everything else. I feel, like I don't want to die all the time anymore, but it takes away that, too. It does.
Wow.
It completely takes it away.
I can't believe you can't remember the last time you masturbated.
The last time I masturbated. Sometime
Sounds like a song.
week, I think.
The last time I masturbated.
Yeah, I don't remember. But it was probably tucked away in the bathroom in the sink. It's so depressing.
Yeah, it is. It's very
depressing 'cause
shameful.
There's no privacy. It's horrible.
Yeah, no, and all the tools, I know. So, what are some of the subjects you wanted to talk about?
Well, we brought up 3 promises on our last episode. We made 3 promises. Do you remember what yours were? Because I have no
isn't that
fucking
horrible?
idea.
I know one was to exercise, and
Mine
I did
was-
walk across the street to the show last night.
Yours was to go to the
In Del
gym
Rey.
twice, and I said once.
I haven't gone, but it's not a week yet. I still have. I can
But it was
twice tomorrow.
It was we recorded it. It's not fair because we recorded it on Wednesday.
Will you guys listen? What else did I say? Did I say I was going to pray? Because I have started praying
I don't
again.
think that was it this time.
You don't remember? I have been reaching out to people more.
That was me.
I have.
That was me, and I did.
Thank you, Lisa.
I did.
You did?
I did. A friend of mine. This is serious. A friend of mine said he had quit drinking. It was his 4th day.
Wow.
And he felt he was out of his mind, anxious, and it was horrible. He was obviously going through, like I said on the last podcast, that a friend of mine took his life a couple of weeks ago. It's horrible. And I made a promise to reach out if I thought somebody was vulnerable and to get out of my own head and to stop worrying about my own life. And I did. I looked. There was apparent signs, and I said, "Do you want to go to a meeting?" And I was hoping that he would say no because I wanted to go watch see.
You wanted to go drink.
I wanted to. But no, he said yes, and we went to a meeting.
Wow, I didn't know you did that.
We did. We went to a meeting.
That's good. That's very good.
It was good for him.
Did you take the basket of dollars?
No, I didn't take the basket of dollars, but it was eye opening.
It's good.
It was. They were older. There were about 8 men. It was all men.
Oh, good.
And they were from 60 on, and the war stories in that room,
Yeah.
it was intense.
Yeah.
It was really, really... and they were talking about gratitude. These men that... One of them had been strapped to a bed the week before because he destroyed computers in an ER ward. And he said they left him to go to the bathroom, and no one took care of him for 4 days because he was shackled to a bed like a criminal who was sick. And he still was talking about being in service and gratitude and whatnot. So it was certainly a lesson in that.
It's interesting what you're saying because a lot of people don't realize it's a disease, that you can't help it. You really can't help it. And I get why people don't get it. But even with Artie Lang, people are like, when is he going to get it? And he has all this career. So it doesn't matter. Even with Robin Williams and other people, it doesn't matter what you have. It never fills that hole.
No, it's the same thing. It's so interesting to me. Alcoholism and mental illness as well. People don't look at it as a disease. Like with my friend Ellen, for years I was saying, get a job, take care of yourself. Why don't you move out of the house? And in the meantime, the television was talking to her, and stuff like that.
I don't know if they get. Yeah, she was schizophrenic.
She was schizophrenic. Yeah, she would turn the TV to the wall because she was afraid of it. It was talking to her.
Wow.
And she had absolutely no support. So it was. I promised last week to look for the signs if somebody needed help, and it was weird that right after I made that promise, sure enough, something presented itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A valid, real circumstance presented itself after I made that promise. It was willing. It was like a law of attraction kind of thing.
Well, I used to get so annoyed with a woman who was helping me through stuff, and she would say, esteemable acts make you feel better, and I was like, oh, I don't know what that means. I didn't get it, and it's down to the simplest thing. Even when you have a shopping cart, I think I've said this on another podcast, but you have a shopping cart, you put your food away, I would just leave the cart there. And just this is going to sound so crazy to some people, by taking the cart, putting it back where it belonged, it made me feel better. I felt better about myself. Opening the door for someone, helping someone with their bag, whatever. It's not for your own.
You mean in the parking lot, wheeling it back to where it goes?
Yeah, it's important to do that stuff. It changed me to start doing stuff like that. You guys, can anyone relate to that? Yeah, please don't say it loud because this is audio. So everyone just shook their head. They're the nicest people, but they literally, it's a podcast, and everyone just put their head up and down. And just, I totally get it.
I gym promised, but I didn't go back to the gym yet.
Well, you still have a day. So, you can go one time. I'll go twice tomorrow.
What was the third promise? Oh, I said I was going to buy protein powder and eggs.
No.
I bought eggs, and I made a lasagna with 3 of them. I did. I made the most amazing lasagna yesterday, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I failed.
It's okay.
But I think
we're both failures. It's all right.
I did the most important thing.
Which was what?
Which was helping somebody else.
That's the biggest thing you can do. So. Oh God! And he just got French fries
Huge
right in front of me.
Of French fries
Someone
in front
just
of us.
got an enormous.
Did you ever order a side of mayo along with ketchup for French fries? It's the best fucking thing in the world.
You make Russian dressing. It's the best thing in the world.
It's the best thing. It's so good. Are you guys twins? No. Gay love twins.
They're lovers, so they look alike. What do you? I mean,
You could do internet $3.99 a minute twin porn. If
you guys are in a relationship, right? You're married, so you both have the same glasses, the same shirt. Yeah, that's what happens. You just morph into. That's my grandparents did too. They both look like my grandmother by the end of their marriage. They both look like a jappy 90-year-old.
How old are you? How old are you? You're so young. 31. A young bride. How old are you?
A young
29
bride.
And
you're married. That's great.
That's cute.
How long have you been married? 2 years. 2 years.
You still touch one another?
Jesus Christ.
What?
It's the way you said it. Touch one another.
I know. Well, I mean it gently. I don't mean it man in a station wagon.
No, I know what you mean, but when someone says to station wagon, when someone says to me, in the past,
do you still touch one another?
No, when someone says to me, I really want to make love, I'm like, I'd rather fuck the corner of a table. I'd rather mount the corner of a table that has diseases all over it and shove it inside of myself.
Make love
to anyone because I have intimacy issues. It's horrible.
It's a gross.
The minute they say that, my clit's not hard. Okay, I gotta do something.
2 years. That's
great.
Sweet.
Where'd you guys meet? Hair salon?
No, actually back in Israel.
In Israel?
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's a lot of Jews around. This is good. In Israel. Were you in the army? That's hot.
That's fucking hot.
Holy shit.
Uniforms and shit? Wow.
Frank asked them, I want to know, but I feel kind of weird. I need to know what's going on here. Two Israeli fucking... Are you kidding me? Did either one of you perform in a tank?
Perform.
That's the dumbest question. I mean, I meant to... What, were either one of you in a tank?
You use a gun, like phallic gun, as like when they take the gun or the club that they beat each other with in the porns and they spit on it and use that as a sex
Oh my
thing.
God, what's happening?
You know when they do that in like
a club thing. With spit?
Are you guys into groups
at
all
spit's
yet or
hot,
no?
But a club?
Are you monogamous? Oh, that's so sweet.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tick tock, tick tock.
You won't get itchy.
Yeah, it gets hard. It gets a little difficult. That's all
I
right.
can't believe you were both in the. Is it called the Army or the Army?
Was one of you the sergeant? Who was your sergeant? You were a captain.
You're the captain.
Wait, that's not good.
And that's not enough. To
Wait,
be
what's
a captain.
better, captain or sergeant? Captain is better than sergeant.
Oh wow! So you got up there. What did you do to become a captain? Pound ass. You did. This is so hot to me. I love it. I think it's hot that you were both in
Did
the
you ever
Army.
have to like rescue him in one of the drills, like with like there's a fake like no.
Did you have to run through tires like 1 foot at a time? That seems really hard.
Swing for broke?
You guys have bomb scares all the time, and I'm really worrying about the tires. You know, when you have to go like that. I wouldn't be able to make it in one. I used to be an athlete, and now I think I have a disorder. Something's wrong. I trip constant. I'm like, wow.
I can't sit through a new TV show unless it's stimulating within the first 30 seconds.
Me too.
Like, I tried to watch The Crown. I think I was asleep literally by the time it said directed by. I was so fucking bored.
I get it. I don't even know what The Crown is.
It's the thing about Queen Elizabeth and the royals.
Oh, I
my
love that
God.
stuff. I do. Yeah, I love the Queen Elizabeth shit and all that stuff.
The Queen
And eating the
Elizabeth
big
shit.
leg, turkey leg. I love that.
What turkey leg?
I don't know. They just they eat big legs of meat.
You mean
It's
like
turkey,
old
it's not
Queen
chicken.
Elizabeth? You mean like old Queen Elizabeth? I
Oh,
know
is there
what
a
you mean.
new? Oh, that's about the new Queen Elizabeth?
The young one, yeah.
The young one?
You're talking about, well, when she was young.
She's a cunt. Can you imagine? I'm totally joking. Can you imagine?
You're
Queen
talking-
Elizabeth is a
wait.
cunt. I'm totally.
Are you
She
allowed
seems
to
very
say that?
nice.
That she
I
was a
said
cunt?
it. Oh, here?
There.
I hear now. I
No.
don't. I'm sure there.
No,
right,
no.
right now, you're allowed to say it, but in about a year, you can't say
That-
anything about the Queen. I would assume
Because
it's
of
gonna
Trump.
get. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's going to get harder to say. So I'll say it now as much as I can. The Queen's a cunt. The Queen's a cunt. The Queen's a cunt. The Queen's a cunt. Shlomo and Joshua. When you what are your names? If one's Josh, I'll die. What is it? Shahar. Fuck. Sounds Arab. Shahar. Oh, it has the. Yeah.
It sounds so angry and masculine.
It is. I mean, it's not
Assertive.
angry, but it's masculine. Yeah.
Assertive.
And what's your name? What?
I bet.
AMIT.
Oh, Amen. Amen.
You guys are cute. Maybe
Amen.
I won't convert because they're here and I'm liking Jews again.
What were you going
That
to
show
convert
last
to?
night. Anything. It's just a lot. It's a lot. The faces, looking out at 400 faces.
You and I should become
Just
Muslims.
judgmental. I can't do. Well, I like I said, I would
outfit.
wear a burqa. It's great. I mean, it's very slimming, and you can hide eating and everything under it. It's really true. All you see are someone's eyes. I could give everyone the finger walking down the street, and not one person would see it.
If I wore a burqa, I'd look like an 18-wheeler coming down the street. If I had
You
black-
should wear a burqa with
with nothing, like the real super.
with your beard. That would
the
be
super.
fucking amazing. You would get
Oh,
arrested.
you mean like with a slit like that showing?
You would get arrested if you had that.
If I had my beard showing?
Just your beard and your eyes, yeah.
That sounds like it would be like, what's this? That's like Todd Oldham or Vivian Westwood, like fashion.
Yeah.
Like they would design a burqa with like the eyes and beard showing. That's very Vivian Westwood.
I don't even know who that is.
She's a designer. She originally
I'm so
designed-
clueless.
She designed for the Sex Pistols, and she still designs. That's like something that she would design for a man, a burqa with the eyes and beard showing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to ask the women in the audience. This has nothing to do with food or addiction or depression or Jews, but if I have one hair on my face, I have to pluck it. I have a major, and I could go there, like with a picker and a mirror. I could really abuse. I could look like I was in a
Pecked by
bad
birds.
situation,
Okay.
like seriously, like shrapnel
Attacked by
attack.
a seagull. Well, ask them.
Well, no, you guys get waxed, right? You have chin hairs already? Because you're like 11. You have chin hairs?
I was going to say 11 too.
Don't you love plucking them? It is the most satisfying. Right, you touch it and play with it and then you pluck it. So can you imagine having Frank's beard and you were allowed to pluck it? I would never leave the house. If it didn't hurt and I could pluck every fucking hair. You don't mind the pain? God. You're so strong.
I don't mind the pain.
You're so strong-willed. She's great. She came to a show last week. You're so great. Thank you. Now, you want a French fry? I'm offering you his French fry.
No, I don't eat French fries.
Look at the way that he's laughing behind him. Look how
Do they
sweet
have
these
kale
two
here?
guys are.
Do they have kale?
Did you come to the last one? The last live recording of Fat Pig? This is your first one? Who are you two? Look how sweet they are. You have such good energy, my God. I don't think I've ever smiled like that, you on the left. The most sparkling, real, genuine smile. I would have to put shellac on my teeth so that my lips didn't move to smile like that.
Are you guys a couple?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Have you ever been together?
No. First date.
First date! And you came to our podcast. That's really cute. How did you hear about us?
I follow you on YouTube.
You follow me on YouTube. Yeah, I used to be a lot more active until the extreme anxiety started. But I'm working on it really hard. What's your name? Derek? Thank you, Derek. He's so cute. He's like, are you afraid to talk to me? I'm the nicest person. I'm too nice. I am. He's a big fan? Oh, thank you, Derek. Oh, I'm so glad you came, or else that row would be empty. And what's your name? Johnny. Oh, that's cute. Okay, people can't see our expressions. Look at Frank reading. Frank won't wear glasses.
You mean bifocals?
Well, he holds the paper down.
Can you imagine? Hold this for me. There we go.
She just held it in the front row, which is like 3 feet away.
All I see is life isn't fair. I don't even know what the fuck that means when I wrote it.
It's not.
No, don't read it. Don't read it. I'm afraid I wrote something private.
So, if you've listened to the podcast, you've heard my mother, who's going through a very hard time. I'm not going to get into details, but there's been a lot of health stuff in our family for the past 2 years. It's crazy. And I have to say, laughter is so healing. I don't realize it a lot. Like, even last night, people come up to you and say, oh, you know, laughing has helped me. It's helped to listen to the podcast and watch your videos, whatever. But my mom and I laugh so hard together. It is ridiculous. Like, I feel like I'm being there for her, even though I can't be there physically sometimes, because I do.
Sure.
Like, my whole family. I make fun of everyone, and she just dies laughing, and she's so grateful.
She's so sweet.
She really
You're
is.
very lucky.
Yeah, she looks so much better than I do, and she's... She does Zumba. Is it Zumba or Zumba?
She does Zumba. She does Reiki.
She's a Reiki master. She does it on me without asking,
Do it.
which is
like,
very
be your mother. I'm gonna be that,
emotionally
you know that picture of you, Danielle.
abusive.
I'm going to be Danielle, and be your mother doing Reiki on her.
Well,
picture.
she just will hold her hands above you and just say stuff, but she doesn't say.
But they don't touch the person; they just hold it over the person.
Sometimes she fingers people, but mostly she just keeps her hands.
Can you imagine that was Reiki?
Now, just sit down, spread your legs, and think about your mother. Okay, here we go.
Open up.
Yeah, she's incredible. She really is. She called me the other day. You can't make this shit up. She told me I could talk about this, and I didn't even tell you this. Or she called me the other day, and she goes, "You're not going to believe it." Just every sentence with my mother starts with "You're not going to believe it." Everything. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. And she goes, "You're going to laugh so hard right now." She goes, "I don't know what's going on." And I'm like, oh no, what happened? Because she's brilliant, but very flighty. Very. She's an artist.
Dottie.
She's an art therapist. Yeah. So she's an art therapist. A lot of people don't know that. And she goes, I'm in the wrong car. And I go, what? What are you talking about? She goes, the Lexus, they gave me the wrong car. And I've been driving around all day. The car has the same dent as my car, and I'm like, what? It's the exact same place. Same, and the hole in the, you can't make this shit up. The hole in the floor, in the back seat is not there anymore. And I said, you had a hole in the floor, like Flintstones. Like she had,
you can see through
she could see under the car. There was a hole in the floor. I don't even know how that happened, but there was a hole. And she goes, and it's not there. They must have fixed it. I didn't know what was going on. And the guy in the car, and then she goes, hold on a minute. And she gets out of the car and she goes, actually, there is no dent. I don't know what I was talking about. There's no dent. I thought there, and I'm like, are you on acid? Like, what? You're a fucking therapist.
But it was someone else's car?
Yes, and the car, Lexus called her freaking out that they gave her the wrong car. Because if something happened, and she didn't even realize it wasn't her car. And then we were laughing so hard last night because there was a Christmas tree. My mother is Jewish. There was a Christmas tree hanging from the rearview mirror, and she thought that they put it there to make it smell good. This is not even a joke. So she had to meet the guy in Livingston, New Jersey, and swap cars. And
the guy
get
who
her
owned
car.
the car?
No, the guy at the car dealership. He freaked out. He gave her the wrong car. It wasn't even her color. It wasn't the same color. It's unbelievable.
She also has a lot going on right now.
She has. This is what I grew up with. People. It's what I love the most about her. Like she once parked next door and looked at both sides and said, "What happened to the lawn?" She didn't realize we were next door in the driveway. That's not a joke. I could tell 100 stories about it.
That's a classic, that story.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many more.
She forgot the cat when you moved.
She forgot 2 cats. 2 outdoor, indoor cats. We moved, and my sister and I, when we moved to the new house, got to the house and said, Mom, what happened to Baby and Gypsy? Mine was Baby, because whatever, was barely alive at that point. I was just like, name it Baby. I need food. That's why I'm fat, because I always had to fend for myself. Anyway, but at least everyone in town had great therapy. So, and then my sister's cat was named Gypsy, and my mother forgot them when we moved, and they probably went back to the house like, who the fuck are you? Can you imagine? There's people here that are so great.
There's people in the upstairs thing, too.
I know. Did you guys request sitting up there?
No. Why did they put you in the mezzanine? There's 77 seats left in front of us in the orchestra.
In the orchestra.
And they're up there.
The orchestra and the mezzanine is amazing because we're in like a small. Did the usher bring you? Frank, what kind of food would you use having sex with someone? Like sexually, what kind of food would you use? Seriously.
I'm trying to think if I ever have. Like, I'm so not into the food sex thing. Like, when there's a porn and they use food and whipped cream and stuff like that, it always gets me annoyed. I don't.
Why? Because you can't eat it?
No, because I don't.
Like, are you jealous that they're eating the whipped cream?
No, because I like someone's like natural body. I don't want to put crap all that whipped cream and cucumbers and eggplants and.
Cucumbers are fun. I know eggplants. He just said eggplants, and no one even everyone's like, yeah, eggplants. I've used an eggplant. And
gays will put anything up there, and it's some gay people seriously.
Even soft stuff like a sub, like
fire
with meat
hydrants.
It has to be hard, doesn't it?
Cadillac.
Fire hydrant, I get.
A fire hydrant, yeah, because it's ribbed.
Anthony would put a fire hydrant in his ass.
Hi,
I love
Anthony.
you, Anthony. Yeah, he's such a great fan and person, and he's in horrible shape physically, but he has the sickest body. Do you work out every day? How often? 3 times a week.
When was the last time you had a half gallon of ice cream on your own? No, you didn't.
Yeah, he's one of those that can eat and look okay. It's
really?
He's not Jewish.
Chip? Was it mint chocolate chip? What was it?
Coconut is good.
I could say no to that. Like, mint chocolate chip is the one that I could definitely say no to because it reminds me of toothpaste.
No, I can't say no to anything unless it's like
mint
feces with chocolate chips.
Feces.
That's one of my favorite words.
What would a Ben & Jerry's feces? Species of feces, like a Ben & Jerry's ice cream and shit.
And it would be like for the proceeds would go to the Democratic Party. Which has really helped a lot that all this money is going. I'm trying to think of what kind of food I've used.
Sexually.
Yeah, I used a baseball bat once with someone. I did. I mean, I wasn't swinging it. I love that you just said how. Well,
Steel or wood?
wood. When I think about it, it was very dangerous. That I mean, I didn't put it in. I didn't have it inside of me.
What end?
It would have
Like the one you hold with the handle?
come right out. It's so wide. No, I'm totally joking. I love that there's some moaning in here. These are clearly not some people who've listened to our podcast. No, the woman I was with saw. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Saw a bat in the room, like.
In a hotel room?
This is so funny. No, I was at one of our 8 houses, my family.
Okay.
And I can't say which one. And there was a bat there, and she wanted me to use it. So I was like, all right. I played Little League, but I used it. And
I want to.
I feel shameful right now.
Well, there's no need to feel shame. No, what is it? Sex positive is a new phrase in 2018.
Oh, you mean how did I use it?
Sex positive. You're supposed to be sex positive.
Yeah, I just shoved it inside of her. And which end? Can you? I probably blocked that part out. Not the big end. No, it was the smaller end, and then there's like the rims, so it's kind of hot, actually. She loved it, yeah. Unless she probably faked it, like most lesbians. But she no, she did like it. She really did. I wouldn't have done it and I wouldn't have kept doing it. You know what I mean? I just put it in a little, and she's like, more and more. So I put the whole thing in, and then never saw her again. It must still be in there, because I never saw her, the bat, the house, nothing.
I'm just imagining like somebody visiting the house and their son going and grabbing the bat and using it to.
Oh, who cares? I mean, really, there's jizz everywhere. Like there's just stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I cleaned it, or the housekeeper did. One of us did. Lisa's laughing because she probably grew up with a housekeeper too. Did you? I did. Her name was Lorleen. She was my mother. What? Not a regular? What does that mean? So every 6 weeks. We had a live-in Jamaican woman. That's why I have a black woman inside of me. It's true.
Didn't she remove like a bunch of bee stings when you stepped on a hive?
I stepped on a beehive in kindergarten, and she picked out all of the
stings,
the stingers, and put cream on me. And yeah, we used to watch Sanford and Son, and she would give me fruitcake. And
she wore like Seth's bar mitzvah t-shirt.
Yeah, she wore on my clothes for years. Every Jewish person that has had, there's people dying laughing in the back. They know, like, she would have my shirt on that I wore. I'm like, why the fuck is Lorleen wearing my shirt that I might wear tomorrow? Like, it's fine if it's from years ago, but if it's one of my staple 4 or 5 shirts that I wear, she shouldn't be allowed to wear it yet. Do you know what I'm saying?
Allowed.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. When she's chained up, she should not be allowed. She was treated better than I was. You treat them well because you feel guilty. I used to, when we'd have help in the kitchen when we had Jewish holidays. I told you this. And they weren't even Jewish, but I felt bad for them that they were working. They were making hundreds of dollars. But I would sit with them. Do you want more matzo ball soup? Would you like another? Would you like another piece of brisket? Because I felt like they were slaves. It was horrible. And my grandma would be like, why is Jessie sitting with her in the kitchen? I'm paying this woman to help, to serve the gefilte fish, and Jessie keeps talking to her. She would yell at me all the time, Nanny B. We should probably take questions soon, I think.
Do you want to take some questions?
Yeah, why not? Does anyone have any questions? Can you imagine if no one has a question? So uncomfortable. Do you guys have questions? No? Anyone? You have a question, don't you? Okay, take your time. Yeah. It's okay. Everyone can just wait. We'll just have silence for like 5 minutes until everyone thinks of a question.
Do you want to order something?
What would you order? I can't eat chicken right now or
no
anything.
Wings?
I can't eat wings right now. I have a show after this.
But
I shit on
really
stage. It's not about being filling. They're very hot and they're intense, and I can't perform when I have that inside of me.
I have a question.
Sure.
Did you go to sleepaway camp?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh my God, there's like a group of Jewish girls in the back of the room. I didn't even see you. Are you guys fans of the show?
Yeah, we love it.
You love it? And how did you hear about the show? Or did you just...
She saw you here. Yeah.
Oh, I love that you came to the show. Thank you. It's good there's Jews here, because then I'll get hired for a private party. I, of course, went to sleepaway camp. I went to Timbertops, Millbrook, and then I went to Fat Camp for 4 years. I was very popular because I was the thinnest. Where did you go?
Racket Lake, Wakanda, Shenawanda.
Oh my God, that was so annoying. Can they hear that? Shanawanda, Kanawanda.
I went to like Shanawanda, Kanawanda, Samatsama, and we like had the best time, and like we're also kind of those friends.
Where are you guys from? Long Island or Jersey? Jersey? Westchester, that's the same thing. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, please tell all your camp friends. At the next one. We'll talk after, but I loved sleepaway camp. I loved canteen. Yeah.
What's canteen?
When you get a snack during the day, it's fucking amazing. I would choose the biggest thing. I didn't even care if it was it was as long as it could have been shit covered in chocolate. I would pick the biggest, piece of candy. You would get to choose one piece of candy.
Canteen.
You called it canteen, right? Yeah. They're so cute. Are you guys single, any of you?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to meet Alex after the show. He's uncomfortable. He's a very nice Jewish boy, trust me. Your parents will love him. Yeah, it's good. This is all really great. You have a question?
Best and worst stand-up experience.
That's a good question. Frank, do you want to start?
Best and worst.
Like one you felt really good after and one you felt really
I can't remember any of the good ones.
I can.
I mean,
or like someone you talked
the
like another
worst.
comic or an audience member you talked
What was the
to.
Yeah,
worst?
like a
the,
good experience.
The
though.
violent ones are probably the worst. Like somebody throwing up. Yeah.
They're freaking out. They're like, violent. You have to explain that.
Somebody threw up. There was a club called Ha that used to be off of Times Square, and they would leave you alone on stage at 1:00 in the morning, and I remember somebody threw a bottle at me.
Yeah, I had a bottle thrown at me.
Somebody was like, somebody was laughing at my shoes or something. Those shoes are stupid. And I said, what do you do? And they said they worked in Dunkin' Donuts, and I laughed, and they threw a bottle at me. It was scary, though. It was frightening, because I couldn't even see them. It was like a bottle just came, like a batting range. Somebody just shot a bottle of Budweiser out of me out of the darkness. I couldn't even see them, because there was nobody else there. That was probably the worst, or being on the back porch at somebody's birthday party, where they were all Vietnam veterans, and I got booed, standing in Lynbrook, Long Island. Because I did like a voice of an Italian guy, and they got offended.
Yeah. But what is it, when she said best, I just want to tell you before you tell them, she said, like, not even your best experience on stage, but even maybe something someone wrote to you, or something someone said to you that made you, like, feel really good.
I mean, last year a woman came up to me and said that she had gone through a very painful divorce and that she hadn't left the house for months, and it was her first night out, and she felt really good. And that was when I stopped talking about politics on stage, because it made me realize that we're all human, and it was in a relatively conservative area, and I thought to myself, she probably voted for Trump. But it made me, it was like a life-changing thing, because it reiterated that we all come from the same place to a degree, and it made me stop talking about politics. So that was like an eye-opening thing. But there have been lots of good ones. I don't know. I can't think offhand of one good one in particular.
I think my worst are just bombing really bad. Like, really, really bad in front of, like, old people. Because they'll just start walking out. It's amazing. Like, can you imagine you're up there and even if you have 20 minutes, it feels like hours. And there's nothing you can do. I also had a bottle thrown at me once in Midtown, and I picked it up and turned it over and whipped it right back at the guy.
Wasn't it hot? Was it there?
No, it was at the Improv, which is now Broadway. But the guy ducked, and I hit a Swedish woman, and it's true story. And she started screaming at me. And then they had to escort me to my car. I've been escorted to my car a couple of times.
I have once. Once I was.
Yeah. And also, like, when I've gotten into fights with people, like, my first road gig was at a place called Bananas in Poughkeepsie. Yeah. And I was hosting Sherrod Small, who's a comic, was the opener. And I went up. It was my first road gig. I didn't know. I was doing comedy probably 6 months. And this guy was so drunk. And he started screaming, "You suck! You guys are going to get upset, but we're so used to this. You fat piece of shit! You fat fuck! You!" And I lost it. I didn't know how to make it funny yet, so I started saying, "Fuck you! You fucking!" And he stood up, and he was in the front, and the two of us were screaming at each other. I'm like, "You probably beat your wife. It was so bad," and I was bedridden. Like, really bedridden after that. And Sherrod went up and attacked her. It's why we became very good friends. He attacked the guy. Right. He really fucking attacked the guy.
It really is weird how, like, there's a fine line between, like, the joy of a room full of laughing people and how dark it can turn.
Yeah.
It's really, it's crazy. People can get super, not only super sensitive about something you say, but also super defensive. Like people roaring in defense of the president if you bring it up, and it can really get hostile. I remember that physical fight at the old Gotham at one of your shows.
Yeah, I was producing a new talent show, and it was sold out. It was 300 people, and there was someone on stage, and it had nothing to do with her. There was these guys in the back who were like Connecticut, white guys in suits coming from work, big guys, and they wouldn't stop talking, and this business is very much a family. So I've known the people that work at Gotham for 20 years. So, they went over and were telling these guys to be quiet. Anyway, to make a very long story short, it ended up being a brawl. And when I tell you a brawl, I don't mean just like a fist fight. It was a brawl. Like chairs flying, being hit in the head. There was someone had a pipe.
The security guys hurt.
I saw the manager get hit, the security guy. These are guys I've known for 20. And so I ran over because no one was doing anything. And I was like, stop. I was in the middle of it screaming. And they just kept punching each other, and this is so upbeat. I'm hoping really people get a lot out of this. I hope people have a breakthrough from hearing this. And they ran out covered in blood, and I ran down the street after them and flagged down the cops, and they got arrested, and there's still a lawsuit. Yeah, it's like a federal...
There's still a lawsuit?
Yeah. It was crazy. They went to jail. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and then when I lost my agent and manager that night... So...
More questions. What's Anthony Raoul?
Who's your favorite comic and why? Growing up,
I think we both have the same. I don't know if it's a stand-up, but I used to try as hard as I could when I was little with my mom to stay awake for Saturday Night Live so I could watch Gilda Radner.
Yeah, she's my...
And I wrote to her when I was in third grade, and she sent me a black and white picture of herself in pink on the back. She wrote, "Love, Gilda Radner." There was something, now that I'm older, I guess it's easier to articulate, there was something very human. She was one of the few that didn't work from like a mean place. There was something very human, like she was your best friend or your favorite aunt, as well as having like that transformative kind of ability to become another person, but always do it from the heart. And that great vulnerability that she brought to those characters is what made it so funny. It came from such a human place, and I loved that. Why was that funny? Why are you laughing?
He was laughing at me, I think, because I
Were you doing something
I
behind
didn't do
me?
anything silly. I would
Did you do like a sex thing?
Yeah, I was like, just blowing my... no, I saw... There's comics in the crowd.
My friend
so
laughed.
I saw...
That's why I want to make sure that the
That's
listeners...
Jody, right?
No,
Jody
that's Coleman.
Wasserman's in the crowd.
No.
That's why I went to look at her.
Oh, hi.
I started with Jody. She's like, "Hi, Jode. How are you?" "I'm great." "Hi, Danny's here." "Hi, guys." Danny and Jody have amazing stories too. We all started together. So we used to do Krispy Kremes, a laundromat. Did you guys know that? Danny and Jody put on a show at a laundromat every Wednesday, right? on 7th Avenue. It was called Spin Cycle Comedy, and it got huge press. It was fucking crazy. It was in like Asian people loved it, right? Big in Japan. And there would be like one homeless person. It was the most insane situation. That was their following, was homeless people. It's really true.
But that's kind of like the formula. Like, you know, like starting out as a comedian, there really is, you've always said this too, there's a formula to it. There's almost no way around it.
You have to do them.
You have to do the open mics and then all of those shows that kind of almost never end. Like I used to do a show in a gay leather bar, one at Grandma Rose's Pizza under the BQE on the outside patio. Like you'd go to tell a punchline and a petroleum truck fly over your head. Like you do them in an Irish pub next to the flat screen where they're showing the playoffs, and it's like, hey, guess what? We have a comedy show. And everybody hates you.
I'm thinking of the craziest fucking one I think that we all did when we started out. And Danny and Jody, I think you were both there. But we used to do a show. I think you produced it at Associated Supermarket. Was that the two of you? Okay, you guys, I think that was the hardest. Yeah, it was a supermarket show. People were checking out, and we would stand on a wood plank. This is a true story. I was telling someone this the other day, and look at the food and comment like, you're getting potato chips. You're going to get high. It was so horrible, but we did it because they had a fucking salad bar downstairs, and we got a free salad. That's what we would get for doing the gig. We'd get free. We were broke. We were all broke. So we would get a free, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Is that, do you think, the craziest one, you guys? Danny made huge colorful signs. And we would flyer on the street and all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. It's very depressing. Very. It's
the underbelly of show business to a degree. It really is stand-up comedy.
Yeah, people are always like, oh, you're going to, I love, people always do the, oh, you're going to, San Jose. That's amazing. I'm like, do you realize what the fuck I'm doing? Like I took a 6 a.m. flight today and yesterday, both days, and stayed in a hotel. Like sometimes it's fancy schmancy and amazing. Those are unreal. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the time it's not so.
I got an email yesterday. What would you charge to do a show in the Poconos in the nude?
Yeah, I know that gig. I would never ever do it, but
it's a gig. Because one of our friends did it last year.
Yeah. How much would you charge for that?
I wouldn't. That's not my. It's already enough of a gimmick doing stand-up comedy, standing up in front of like the pool after they've eaten dinner and telling. That's enough of a gimmick without them having to look at a neglected for 7 years body.
Tell them the shape that you describe yourself in. We're both very
It's like a myriad. It's kind of like a really, really big pool float where like the air never stays in it all the way. That's like the latest. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get down on like specific parts of my body. I can't even explain it. I'm not hard on myself about my body. I'm hard on myself emotionally. Can anyone relate to that? Most women are hard on themselves, their body. I've never been like that. I've never been like, which is very common. I've never been the kind of woman who's like, look at, Lisa, I wish I had that, because I always felt like I could have that body if I really wanted to. So I literally never get jealous of other women's bodies.
What is it?
Because if I worked hard, I would have a great body. What is
your bad self-talk?
Oh, you're a piece of shit. You'll
so it's not
never. It's constant. It's right in here on my shoulder.
Right,
it's constantly talking to me.
It's not like a physical attribute. It's
no,
more of
it's not. Emotional. Like I'm okay. I don't know. I'm really okay. I would like to be. I would like to feel strong and happy more than look good. Do you feel like that too? Do you guys feel like that?
Yeah, but you're 18. That's why you can say that.
I was always like that, though.
Yeah, and you're eating French fries with a little plastic ketchup thing in your hand. And mayonnaise. Oh, my God, I love you.
And I think because I always... I had in my 20s and up, I didn't have a hard time meeting people, being in relationships, because Women are more attracted to women with women are more attracted to personality and it's not as much about looks as that's why I always feel bad for gay men. It's insane. It's not like that at all. Like you can be funny and have one leg and a goatee and have like a supermodel
if you're a woman
girlfriend. Yeah.
Right. Can you imagine?
But with gay men, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It can be. I mean, there are. That is the stereotype, and it's certainly a very prevalent and truthful stereotype. But there are also couples that are a little bit more acclimated into everyday regular life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I know, but you guys are very particular about what you're looking for physically.
Not
really.
Everybody, though.
No, right. Not everyone, but a lot of gay men.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, there's certainly a pressure, I think, on, in particular, young gay guys, to look a certain way, and the body images can be brutal.
Right. Yeah, I don't find. Are there women in here who are with you? You guys are together, so do you care? You don't care as much. Did you always? You cared more about personality and if someone was loving and yeah. I mean, that's how women are with men, right? Cam girls in the back. I mean, you care about looks, but when the older you get, the more you want to be treated well and be with a guy who, has stability and has a nice family. I just think that becomes more important.
Right.
I don't know why I'm even talking about this, and I am starving, to be honest with you. I'm very hungry. I don't eat French fries in public. I love that I just said that, because it's so true. Like, if you had salad, I would eat that, because it would look like I eat well, because I'm a liar. But when I get home, or in the car, actually, I would eat chips, Tostitos, and whatever, but no one sees me. And if I'm in traffic, I put it down, even though I'll never see those people ever again.
I had Taco Bell in my car last night again. Yeah. I hard. She said, do you like crunchy or hard? Hard.
Wait, isn't it the same thing? Crunchy and hard? That's the craziest question.
Well, oh, yeah, that is the same thing.
Do you like crunchy or hard?
But I would still say I'd have to go with hard, because I like that word. Hard. I would have to say hard. Hard.
I like crunchy because it cuts my mouth. Danny talks about that too. We like cutting the inside of our mouths with food. Just chomping. Right, Dan? Yeah. He sometimes has skin hanging from binging.
Yeah. I ripped it off the roof of my mouth this week. I had a piece of skin hanging from Count Chocula.
Oh, yeah. He goes to that really... Pizza does that to you? If you have pizza, how many pieces do you have? Be honest.
Would
one
you
or
split
two,
one
right?
slice with her?
Artichokes?
Artichoke pizza, the chain.
Oh, I thought you meant like if it has artichokes, I'll have one piece, and if it has mushrooms, I have two. 2 to 3 slices. Big slices? Yeah, I can't do pizza. I can't have 1 or 2 pieces.
Because you won't stop?
I won't stop. I won't. I really won't. There's certain foods I don't eat.
The college we did together where there were like 77 boxes of pizza and we just ate the tops off of them.
Yeah, I had diarrhea for 4 days after that. And not like good like, oh, I'm losing weight. Like bad, evil, angry, punishing diarrhea. Like, please, for the love of God, please stop. Like where you have to get cream, all kinds of shit. It was a bad week. When the cream comes in, or the wipe, I know you guys use wipes, and how are those fries? When the cream and the wipes, when you gotta pamper
you mean
the
like
ass,
hemorrhoids?
it's
oh God,
yeah. I damage myself. I know it's sad for some people to hear, but I don't care anymore. I don't care what it looks like or sounds like. It gets crazy.
Any other questions? What?
Sure. What's your name?
Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Erica.
Who would play you in a movie about your life?
That's a good question. Who would play us in a movie about our lives?
Like if I were killed?
No. Just if someone were to play you, what actor would play you in a movie? Like, who would you choose to play you? I would choose Bruce Valanche because we look alike. Except he'd have to dye his hair dark. But we basically have the same... He's an amazing person. Some of you might not know him, but he's just hot. Girls, do you know Bruce Valanche? He's fucking hot.
I was trying to think of who played the Frankenstein monster, but I don't know if that was...
I mean, I would probably have Melissa McCarthy. I don't even know. Like, not even because of weight, just because I'd want someone really funny.
I have no idea.
It's a good question. Yeah, it is. I don't know.
RuPaul asks his guests that on his podcast.
Oh, RuPaul asks
Yeah, I
that?
just like.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, I just took it from another podcast.
Oh. You stole the question?
I went to another podcast that had hundreds of people in the audience, and I heard someone ask that question. So I thought I'd copy them and make you guys feel relevant.
I would want an unknown to play me.
I wouldn't.
I would. I would want an unknown who needed a chance.
Oh.
What, am I going to get Harvey Firestein?
Fuck
I
do
would
I
kill
care
myself.
about other people's
If I was
chances
still
at this
alive.
point?
Harvey Firestein, Ray Romano's not going to want to play me. There's one Italian that works, Ray Romano, and there's nobody else. I'd want an unknown, I think.
Maybe Monique, because she's
That
looking
would be
for work
amazing.
that pays well.
Gabrielle Deschnordernay. What was her name? The
You
one
know,
that was
Monique is very upset that she
that
got
she only
offered
was offered
$500,000,
$500,000.
and that Amy Schumer was offered. First of all, she said shit about Amy Schumer, which is so fucked up. Like, there's just kind of, I feel like you don't do that in our business, and she's not as relevant at all.
Amy Schumer sells out stadiums, like
Yeah.
love it or hate it, and it's about business. You know, she's comparing herself to Dave Chappelle, who just sold out Radio City Music Hall. Amy
Like
Schumer,
10 nights in a row.
Yeah, Amy Schumer, who sold out the Garden, and Monique, what? She performed for that prison, like 10 years ago?
Monique has a big following, but
She did. She had that prison show. Remember the prison show? And she won an Oscar
she had a prison show.
for... Wait a minute.
I just don't understand why Amy Schumer
But she has...
getting $50 million for a special. I've been around forever. It ain't fair. 500,000.
No, wait. Do the one... There's another one where the voice is more... Like, her voice is more hoarse, like vocal damage.
Do the one. Oh, yeah, she's more. Oh my God, I almost just fell off. You have to be careful. If I fall off the chair, I'll kill myself. Frank and I physically, it's very Jewish and Italian to hit someone when you're laughing, but if I got hit off this chair, I would quit comedy and end up in a mental institution. That's the honor. I swear on my life, that would be it.
Yeah.
I'm right there. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. All right, so but the lower.
It's like lower.
No, I just don't know.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's not that low.
So her voice, yeah, like her voice is like...
I don't understand.
That's more
yeah,
weak.
that is more.
That's
I don't understand why Amy Schumer, she don't got no skills. She get $50 million, I get 500. Do they even know who I am? I ain't making enough money. I can't pay no rent. I mean, come on, Amy Schumer, she ain't got no jobs. She work hard. I put my ass off in this career.
Don't do it now, but don't use words. Just use the...
Oh yeah, that's the best. And then when it goes high and low, I miss that.
Do it.
You know what I'm Netflix. Netflix.
You imagine there were subtitles. Subtitles at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Good. I'll translate.
Okay, I'm going to say one sentence at a time.
And I'll pause.
All right. 500,000.
That Amy Schumer. That Amy Schumer is worth 500,000. Go ahead.
Chicken. 50 million.
She has the body of a chicken, and I'm worth 50 billion.
Oh my God! All right, one more. I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Harlem. special.
Somebody call me an Uber. Cough, cough.
Where the fuck?
Why are those kids putting scotch tape on each other? Special.
That was so special. I'm sorry. I think I'm dying. I really do think I'm riddled with cancer. I know that sounds horrible, but I do have it. It's okay.
No, you don't say that.
Somewhere, I think I do. I'm Jewish. They
go
get
for
it.
that
The Jews
scan.
get. Look,
That's
the
not-
two gay guys in the front are hitting each other and laughing. Which one of you has said that before? You. See? Every Jew thinks they're dying.
No, it's not.
Even if they're 20.
You know that I say it all the time as well, but I'm trying to work on that. That's not a good thing to say, because what if you can will it?
Oh my God! All right.
Yeah, with cancer.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
Illness?
I'll change that after this week. I gotta keep saying it till Friday because I have some
Why?
stressful stuff this week. But let me. You're right, though. I agree with you. They're laughing hysterically, and the girls in the back, and Lisa probably, because we all go to the worst possible. Yesterday I tripped. It, literally tiny little. Like not, I didn't, when you're flying sometimes
Yes.
and you're like, oh boy, here we go. Where am I going to end up? There seems like 5 minutes in the time that you're tripping.
Yes.
I just had a little and in my mind, in that 1 second, I was going to fall, hit my head, bleed. Who was I going to call? What doctors do I know in Florida? Do I need surgery? Will I look different? I mean, it was... And I don't even know how I got all those thoughts in that period. Isn't that amazing? How many negative, anxious thoughts you can get in such a short amount of time?
Yeah.
You do that too, don't
Yes,
you?
of course.
Yeah, a lot of them do. That's why they listen to the podcast.
I have a bag full of pills. I have everything in my bag. Every possible
Frank has
pill.
every pill there is in his
CVS.
bag. All you hear is pills when he puts his hands in the bag.
It's true.
It's really funny.
It's true. I've had every possible test, scan, X-ray, examination, except for the ass one.
Really? No
Yes.
one's ever
No, I
gone.
don't want, no, because
you
she's
have to do that.
She's like my doctor's a linebacker. I don't want her hand up my ass.
That's better because she's
No.
not attractive.
Oh
I'm
my
joking.
God. No, it's fine. It's fine. They'll come up with a better way.
We didn't tell anyone this, but at the end of the show, we are going to have some of you check us out anally. We're going to, because we're both concerned, and I feel like you need to get checked out.
My anus?
I always get a finger up my ass.
You
when
do
I'm
not.
at the gynecologist.
Oh.
Yeah, we have to.
Oh.
We don't even have a choice. They don't. First of all, the guy that I'm seeing now, I can't go to him anymore.
It's a
'cause
man?
He's very, because of insurance and all this other shit. He's like dead inside. So he's just like, he's not even looking at me. There's no eye contact. He's like looking at the wall. He's like, okay, you're going to feel pressure in your ass, and just like fingers I'm like, you can't do that. You have to look me in the eyes, tell me I'll be okay, put a blanket on me or a shawl, get me tea. Tell me I'll make it. I mean, there has to be... Yeah, the least he can do. Doesn't even hurt a lot. You just have to relax.
A finger up the ass. Yeah, but they feel around to feel the texture of it. It's supposed to feel like a firm peach.
Okay.
When you have a prostate exam. That's
No, we
supposedly-
don't have the feeling, or I don't know about you guys, like who you go to, but it's just in and out. It's very much like a college date rape. It's just in and out.
Right.
I love that you just went right. Any other questions about date rape? Or did I check my watch? Yes. Not because I want to go. I could talk to you guys all night, but there's another show after this. Yeah. So there's so many people here that they have to have time to get everyone out so that the other sold out show can come in. Are there any other questions? The pinnacle of anxiety?
Of anxiety? Oh, okay.
I know mine. But
I do too.
What are yours? I know yours too.
Okay. I mean, I think it was shortly after my father died, my mother died, my best friend died, and my sister died. And I remember It was August, and everything was a mess. My parents' house was empty. Mail was going all over the place. And I was driving with my niece at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And this was right after all that happened. And a bike rider shot out of a side street, and I hit him. And he went through my windshield. And he was in the street, and the police came, and they took him away. It was horrible. He's on the pavement. It was horrible. And then they put me in handcuffs because I had a suspended license, and I had no idea. From a ticket that I hadn't, like a fee that I hadn't paid, not even a ticket for something. I think at that point when I was sitting in like a cell, after like all of that insanity, and then like my insurance had been canceled because I didn't make a second payment, everybody was dead. It was absolutely insane. That was the pinnacle of where I thought I wanted to stay in jail, and seriously have like a nice relationship and just stay in the penitentiary for the rest of my life.
Be taken care of in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By someone 6'4" and up. Yes, I heard someone say that.
Someone in the audience went, yes.
That was as bad as it got, but then it, turned around. I guess after a while, after a long while, but after a while.
I think mine is throughout this show. I've had the most anxiety that I've ever had. I'm joking. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I think, and there's some people in the audience, like I've said, who were around during this time, like Danny and Jody, and then afterwards you experienced a lot of this, but a horrible breakup with a child, which is too crazy to get into now, but I didn't have legal rights, and it was very shocking.
With a child involved.
Right, and it was out of nowhere, and I was like blasted, and I know some of you relate to this when there's a death or a breakup, like a part of you dies inside. So that was like the most anxious I think I ever was. And then like 9/11, election stuff. I mean, that stuff brings up a lot of shit for me. Those are the times when Sandy Hook threw me over the edge. So yeah. It's things like that just I get hooked. I watch TV. Like I get into it. I can't get out of that anxiety. Mm-hmm. So hopefully something will happen soon so I can blame that. Should we end on a positive note?
Yeah, because the first thing I was thinking is,
he has one more question and then we'll end.
Well, okay. Wait, before we go, sure. You can hold up 1 second, because the thing is, it does turn around, I think, if we put one foot in front of the other, and hopefully there's someone around you to say, go and get some help. Because those aren't just words. I think that when I did go and get some help, it really changed my life.
It makes the whole difference.
And, seeing a decent therapist and then applying it the other 6 days of the week when stuff kind of pops up. It's not like there's any magic solution or pill, even though I wish there were. It is, like Jessica always says, even if it's just drinking more water as a start, and I don't know, switching from beef to turkey. And then eventually going to the gym, and then eventually finding a good therapist. It's digging out of that, and it's making the choice to get the most out of it, get the most out of life, and not be defined by, for me, for example, the person who lost everybody. Because I could very easily be defined by that, and it's work to not be embittered by it. Mm-hmm.
That story can create everything in your life and be the thing that you blame for everything. Not you, I'm saying.
No, I mean in general. Everybody's got one. Everybody has that story, that thing.
Yeah. So let's take one more quick question because we have to go. There's another show coming in.
Can I give you a hug?
Of course you can give me a hug. Can I get off the chair first? Because if you hug me and we both fall, it's really... It's okay. I'd feel safe. I love that you just asked me if you can give me a hug. I'm a big hugger. I as long as we're not in a relationship. That's not true. I love cuddling and hugging.
Not with somebody that I've been with for a long time.
Yeah, you have to do those things.
With someone who's new.
Dead. Yeah, I know. Okay, so... I personally want to thank you guys so much for coming to the show. It means so much to us, and for, following us and getting it. And if you're here and you get it and you listen to us, you are aware and you are working on yourself. And, I love you all. really appreciate the support. It helps me continue to do what I do.
Absolutely. And if you think of anything else, write to us at heyfatpig@gmail.com and share stuff with us on Instagram at heyfatpig. We love hearing from you. Thank you all so much for coming out today.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
You're the best.